Middlefield Road and Pear Avenue. In addition, bicycle and pedestrian improvements will be made to both sides of Shoreline Boulevard to improve safety for bicyclists and pedestrians. The project will also require the relocation of some utility infrastructure. The practical effect of the project will be to push the boundaries of the Shoreline Boulevard right-of-way out between 3 and 8 feet on both sides of Shoreline Boulevard and require the acquisition of additional right-of-way from 9 property owners. Staff has reached agreement with 5 of those property owners, and 4 are remaining through eminent domain. The property subject to this evening's public hearing is shown as parcel 7. You'll see it there at the corner of Shoreline and West Middlefield. In addition to acquiring the additional right-of-way, the city will close the one Shoreline Boulevard driveway closest to West Middlefield Road. Chevron has 2 driveways on Shoreline and 2 on West Middlefield. And again, we will be closing the one driveway closest to West Middlefield for bicycle and pedestrian safety purposes. In order to adopt a resolution of necessity, the City Council must make the findings shown on this slide. The project will improve traffic flow to and from the North Bay Shore Employment Center and enhance bicycle and pedestrian safety. The project has gone through extensive studies and design review, and the property to be acquired is the minimum necessary to construct the project. Finally, a government code offer based on an independent appraisal was extended to the property owner. Staff makes the recommendation shown on this slide. That concludes my presentation. I'm available to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions from council members? Okay, seeing none, we'll open this up for public comment. Are there any members of the public who would like to comment on item 6.1, which we had quite a few people just join us. So 6.1 is to adopt an amended resolution of necessity. Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public input portion. And it looks like we have a motion from Councilmember Clark.
I move that we adopt an amended resolution to determine the necessity to acquire a portion of the property located at 808 Shoreline Boulevard, APN 153-14-002, by eminent domain for the construction of the Shoreline Boulevard Reversible Transit Lane project, to authorize commencement of litigation to acquire property by eminent domain, and to seek an order of possession, Code of Civil Procedure, Section 1245.220, to be read in title only, further reading waived, and to authorize the city attorney to take all steps necessary to commence legal proceedings in a court of competent jurisdiction to acquire the portion of the property described herein by eminent domain, if necessary, and petition the court for immediate order of possession. And my motion includes the findings, the required findings shown on slide 4 of the presentation.
Thank you. So we have a motion by Councilmember Clark and a second by Vice Mayor Abe Koga. Any other discussion or comments? Okay, we will call the question. So that passes unanimously with Councilmember McAllister absent. Thank you. Okay, next is item 7.1, which is the appointment of the city attorney and authorization to execute an employment agreement with Christian Chopra. We'll start with the staff presentation.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The City of Mountain View conducted an extensive recruitment and selection process for the city attorney position following Janie Quinn's announcement she'll be retiring on August 2nd. After finishing the recruitment process, City Council has selected Christian Chopra to serve as city attorney. Christian rose to the top of the applicant pool and brings more than 20 years of experience representing public agencies, with 16 of those 20 years working in local government, most recently serving as senior assistant city attorney for the city of Mountain View. Christian's specialty practice areas include land use and planning, environmental law, public works construction, and conflict of interest compliance. The purpose of the item tonight is for council to approve the selection of Christian for the city attorney position and to authorize the mayor to execute an employment agreement with the terms outlined in the city council report, as well as some items that mayor will be summarizing shortly in compliance with the Brown Act. And in addition, since Jani's retirement date will occur in the middle of the city's biweekly payroll period, appointing Christian at the beginning of the payroll period on July 28th, 2019, will meet the administrative requirements of the appointment, as well as provide a week of transition. Therefore, this overlap will require city council approval of an additional overhire of a city attorney position for the 1 week period of time. And I'm available to answer any questions from council.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the council? Okay, seeing none, we will open this up for public comment. Is there anyone who wishes to address the council on this item? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public input portion. And before, well, obviously we're going to have council deliberation, but I also want to read a little bit here. In accordance with Brown Act requirements, that the City Council orally report a summary of any council action on salaries, salary schedules, or fringe benefits for the City Council appointees. The specific recommendations to be approved by the City Council regarding the appointment of the City Attorney are as follows. Salary of $245,000 annually. Continue participation in health, retirees' health, life, and disability insurance plans, and CalPERS retirement with the same employer contribution as provided to department heads. Holidays, sick leave, and vacation accruals will continue based on the initial hire date and as provided to department heads. Management leave will increase from 80 to 96 hours as provided to department heads. Cell phone allowance of $50 per month. Eligibility to request a loan through City Council Policy D13, Mountain View Employee Homebuyer and Relocation Assistance Program, subject to City Council approval and availability of funds at the time of the request. And in the event of termination of the employment agreement, 6 months of severance as provided to council appointees. Okay, is there any deliberation on this or comments on this? Okay, Vice Mayor Abekoga.
Thank you. I just wanted to offer comments. We were all very saddened to hear of, happy for her, but not for us, to hear of City Attorney Quinn's retirement. And I had a moment of panic, but I think we did a very extensive process. I was very pleased with our recruiting, interviewing, hiring process. And in all frankness, I'm very pleased that we were able to go internal, and I'm very pleased that I will be supporting the appointment of Mr. Chopra, who has worked with Ms. Quinn for a number of years now. And it's always, I think, really nice when we can appoint someone within, and I'm happy with the way the city's going. I think most people are. So I look forward to the continuation of that with Mr. Chopra. So there's another member, but I'm happy to make the motion when ready. Thanks.
Councilmember Hicks.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it may appear because the internal candidate rose to the top that there wasn't tough competition, but I wanted to say there were some very good candidates and it was not a cakewalk. So assuming that you get 4 or more votes in the next few minutes, I wanted to congratulate you and also challenge you to be as good a seatmate as Jani, because you will be sitting next to me if we vote for you in a few minutes.
Any other comments? Okay, so we have a motion, Vice Mayor Abekoga, and a second by Councilmember Ramirez. I would also like to add that I would echo the comments of the Vice Mayor. It is nice that we have somebody that can step into this role, who knows the city so well and has been working with us for a very long time, with some of us on other bodies as well. So, well, I guess I shouldn't say congratulations quite yet. We'll vote first. That passes unanimous with Councilmember McAllister absent. Congratulations, Mr. Chopra. Did you want to say anything? We'll give you the opportunity, but don't feel like you have to.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. I just want to thank you for your confidence in me and say how excited I am for this opportunity to continue serving the city. And I've learned so much from my 10 years with the city. I also want to say thank you to Janie for being such a wonderful mentor and leader to our office. And I'm also looking forward to continuing her legacy to the extent I can. They're big shoes to fill, but I've learned so much from you, and I hope to continue your standard of excellence for the office, because I think it's so important. And also, I'm thrilled to join the department head team. I have worked with them personally quite a bit, and I'm just excited for all the challenges we have. I've seen your ambitious goals for the next few years, and I'm thrilled to just get to work and assist you. So thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to add that Christian has been well prepped as a barbecuer for the annual department head barbecue, so we know he will continue his great grilling skills for all of us.
That's important.
Okay, we'll close that item and move on to item 8, council staff committee reports. Are there any from any members of the council? So I'll just note that since the last time we met, I have attended the Airport Land Use Commission meeting, as well as my first BOSCA, Bay Area Water Supply and Conservation Agency meeting. And it's an incredibly interesting topic. And, from my first meeting, I don't have a ton to report on it, but there's a lot to learn, but it's very interesting. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. So we'll close that section and move on to item 9, which is a closed session. And we will do the announcement here and also take public input.
The closed session announcement is item 10.1, public employee performance evaluations pursuant to Government Code Section 54957B1, and the titles of the employees are the council appointees, which includes the city manager, city attorney, and city clerk. And I would say that I don't anticipate that there will be any closed session report this evening following the closed session.
Thank you. Is there anyone who wishes to address the council on the closed session item? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public input portion, and we will adjourn to the closed session in the Plaza conference room, and after, we'll have a really short recess here, but we'll reconvene in the Plaza conference room, and then following the closed session, the City Council will adjourn to the next City Council meeting to be held on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019 at 6:30 p.m. in the Council Chambers, 500 Castro Street. So the regular meeting is adjourned. Thank you.